أفرغ علينا صبرا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين ربنا أفرغ علينا صبرا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين adúpẹ́ fún Ọlọ́run alhamdulillah bá ṣe fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò yìí Ọlọ́run dákun yọ́rùn fún wa àtàrin àti parí Ọlọ́run dákun wọ́n ṣàṣe ní ọ̀rùn fún wa àwọn gbogbo níta bá rí lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ bí Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó wúlò fún wa nílé ayé kó wá fi ṣe wá lẹ́san kó san wá lẹ́san olóore Ọlọ́run àti tóbi Al-Qur'an Karim iṣẹ́ tí kálukú wa ti ń ṣe Ọlọ́run má sọ́ di ṣẹ̀ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ èyí tá a kún fẹ́ fi kún yìí kọ́lọ́n kó fà lùbáríkà sí fún wa al-Fatiha bismillahir rahmanir rahim alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin arrahmanir rahim maliki yawmiddin iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين 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 سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين صلوا على النبي الكريم صلى الله عليه وسلم.
Imam, ẹ jẹ́ ká ní àwọn guest wa sí òkè. The first tí máa kọ́kọ́ pè is our father, bàbá wa ni wọ́n, a super permanent secretary in Lagos State. Retired but not tired, ever popping. Our father, Dr. Yakub Olajide Bashoru, is one of our facilitators for today. Salam alaikum, sir. Ashikam. Representing the Permanent Secretary Ministry of Agri this morning is Mrs. Aramide Kansalu, Director Agribusiness, Lagos State Ministry of Agriculture and Food System. You are welcome, ma'am. Please. Tí àwọn yòókù bá ti dé, máa fi wọ́n. I invite Imam wa kí wọ́n máa bọ̀ lókè. Imam Najib Daoud, ọ̀n ṣe participant, ọ̀wá ṣojú. Wọ́n á dẹ̀ sáré fún wa ní a 10 minutes lecture on Islam and Agri.
Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulihil karim sayyidina wa habibina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. While let me stand on the existing protocols, I welcome our father, Dr. Yakub Bashoru, representative of the Permanent Secretary of Agriculture, the Ministry of Agriculture. We are also welcome. Okay, all of us participants that time and no time to come and attend this program. It is very, very important in our life to know how important is agriculture. The Almighty Allah will abundantly. Now I get clear what's agriculture. Gbogbo wa náà ti àgbègbè làwọn tí wọ́n pè ní iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìlú àwọn ní iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀. A máa ń dá nìkan nígbà wo wọ́n ní ìwé kíkọ́ láìsí kọ́ àti àdá òyìnbó iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ iṣẹ́ ilẹ̀ wa ẹni kò ṣiṣẹ́ á máa jáde dájọ́ ìwé kíkọ́ láìsí ọkọ́ òyìnbó iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ iṣẹ́ ilẹ̀ wa. but the young way, we must also cultivate or engage cultivating farming. Farming is very, very essential. Even though we share ilẹ̀ tiwa nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, àwọn Lárúbáwá àkọ́kọ́ láyé Ànábì wa Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and even before the advent of the Holy Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, àwọn ànábì tí wọ́n ti kọjá lọ, iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ wọn mú ní ọ̀kúnkúndùn. Torí pé this is a source of living for every soul. For every soul I made, not human being, for every being tí wọ́n bá dá, iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ ní ọ̀nà àti tiwa. In the sense that kódà àwọn ọkùnrin tó wà nínú ikú, àwọn ewúrẹ́ wa táwọn sí ilé, àwọn ènìyàn táwọn nínú ikú, wọ́n ní ọ̀nà àti àǹfààní tí wọ́n ń ṣe lára jáde. Wọ́n bá bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ọba tó dá wa gan ó pàtàkì ká ṣiṣẹ́ àrẹ̀ púpọ̀ nínú ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run. Ẹ bá wọn lórí súrátù Wákíà níbi kan Ọlọ́run ní àǹtò ìdẹ̀síra ọ̀rọ̀ náà hù àmàlà fún ìsàlẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ̀yin lẹ́yìn pé nǹkan ní àbáwọ̀ Ọlọ́run wà láàrin ká pọ̀ bẹ̀ ká fi àpárí iṣu síbẹ̀. Báwo ni àpárí iṣu yẹn ti fẹ́ jáde tó fẹ́ wá ń gbé owó jáde tó fẹ́ wá ìlò iṣu jáde? Àwa ò ní mọ̀ pa ìmọ̀ Ọlọ́run lórí yẹn. Tiwa ni ká gbìyànjú Ọlọ́run tó káwọn ẹ̀fọ́ tiwa. Ẹ wo àgbàdo méjì tàbí máa mú mẹ́ta mẹ́rin tàbí àti ẹ̀ka jù sí. Kí ló máa sọ àgbàdo yẹn kó di ewé? Kí ló máa sọ ní pé omi jáde nínú àgbàdo? Àbí igi jáde? Kí ló máa wá sọ ní kó ní ẹtútù káàkiri káwá ní ìgbàdo márùn-ún mẹ́rin lórí omi kan? And if you can't be saved to our action program, it's more than what we have planted. Ṣe àwọ̀rọ̀ ọlọ́run ní àájú ìtẹ̀síra ọ̀rọ̀ náà àmà ìsàlẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ ṣẹ́yìn ṣẹ́yìn àbẹ̀mí ọlọ́run. Ẹ̀yẹ ká lọ wo àyà ọ̀rọ̀ àtòrí àsìkò tí ọlọ́run bá lè kíọ́lá tí ó fi bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ nínú àwòrán ọba tó dá wa. Ó jẹ́ kó yé wa ó sọ pàtàkì iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ fún wa. Ọlọ́run bá lè kíọ́lá nínú Suratul Quran 6, Suratul An'am, verse 141. Ọlọ́run àdìgbọ́lá sọ fún wa níbẹ̀ wípé ẹ̀yin èèyàn ẹ lọ wípé ìyẹn Ọlọ́run wọ̀n wọ́n lè ní àṣà àjàdì láti màrúṣáàtì wọ̀n gbéra màrúṣáàtì wà náà sáré àkọ́tẹ́lifà lókòrò wọ́n zẹ̀túnà wà rọ̀kùnmánà متشابها وغير متشابه كلوا من ثمره إذا أثمر وآتوا حقه يوم حصاده ولا تسرفوا إنه لا يحب المسرفين. gbogbo ara ti gbọ́ nípa ìtàn Ànábì wa Yusuf alayhi salatu wa salam ọdún tí ìnáwó ní Egypt ẹgbẹ́ nínú bàbá wọn padà tó náírà tí ìmọ̀ fún wa nínú àgbàdá ní Yusuf lá ìwé tí ọba lá ìwé pé orí màálù méjì tó lórí lára dáadáa òun tó bá rí méjì ní tó pẹ̀lẹ́ ìmú ara wọn ti ní náà àmọ́ màálù méjì tó pẹ̀lẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ wá gbé àwọn tuntun mi kí ló túmọ̀ sí èyí tá a lè rí túmọ̀ ìgbẹ́nà lọ́wọ́ wọn bá fún wọn ní gbogbo àsìkò kan bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ìlú máa kún fún oúnjẹ tí gbogbo ẹ máa rọṣọ mẹ́rin. There will be bounties in the city. From that bounties, ẹgbìyànjú ẹ preserve àwọn kan torí pé ọdún méjì ní pọ̀ wá tí èèyàn máa mú. So whatever you preserve in the first 7 years of bounties is what you will survive on in the years of drought. Kí Ọlọ́run bá jẹ́ pé wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ lórí pàtàkì iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀. Tẹ́ bá ṣiṣẹ́ lọ́gbìn, tẹ́ rere tó pọ̀, tẹ́ àfẹ́sì wọn tó pọ̀ nínú ayé Ọlọ́run ní wọ̀dà. not be wasteful. Ọlọ́run aṣọ ọmọ aláya ọlọ́run ní wọn kú àtẹ̀lé ọlọ́run ọba tẹ̀lé àṣà àjànà náà ti máa wò ṣáàtì wọ́n pé ìrọ̀lá ọ̀tá òun lọ́ba tó dá sí pé ó dá ìfowó fún yín ó fún yín láwọn ilẹ̀ tó wà fátáì ọba yìí òun lọ́ba tó dá sí pé nínú àwọn nǹkan tẹ̀lé ní days àwọn mineral ápè ní èso ìnáwó ọlọ́run wa ló jẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ láǹfààní ẹ̀ àti oríṣiríṣi àwọn nǹkan owó tí ó jáde fún yín èmi ọlọ́run wa ló ṣe lára ìsù wà láwọn ewé oní ewé oríṣiríṣi ọ̀nà náà ti ń gbà ẹ̀wù nínú sọ́rọ̀ àwọn ọlọ́run ní wọ́n tí wọ́n sì tún wọ́n tó rí sí ilé náà. Àwọn ọba kó tó fi nǹkan kan búra kó tó fi nǹkan kan ṣàkóso nǹkan kan nǹkan yẹn dúró tó pọ̀. Ọlọ́run ní èmi ọlọ́run ọba náà ní mo láǹfààní olives pé kẹ́ máa lò ó kẹ́ máa jẹ. Ọlọ́run ní àwọn oríṣiríṣi nǹkan tó jẹ́ nǹkan produce of farm produce ló ń jáde. It is either cattle farm, crops farm, and different types of farms like àwọn ìṣẹ́sí pé ẹja làwọn ń ṣe àwọn ìṣẹ́sí pé nǹkan ọ̀sìn làwọn mọ́tò tó jẹ́ bí ẹran màálù àgbò ewu ràkúnmí oríṣiríṣi bẹ́ẹ̀ ọlọ́run nílò ọlọ́run bá ní ìṣe ọ̀rọ̀ ọlọ́run wá ní tí gbogbo ẹ̀ bá délé fáwọn lú ẹ̀yìn èèyàn lú mẹ́ha ẹ̀jẹ̀ ọlọ́run ní ẹ̀jẹ̀ yẹ ní fámìlì níbi àwọn èso tó jáde ìdá àsìmára nígbà tí wọ́n bá sì so wọn ọlọ́run wá ní wọ́n á tún àpọ̀ tẹ́ bá wá ní gbogbo tẹ́lí kẹrin náà á tún àpọ̀ ìtọ́nà wá ní fún àsìlẹ̀ pé ẹjọ́ ẹ̀tọ́ ọlọ́run tó yẹ kẹ́ ẹjọ́ fún yẹn ní zakat there is zakat in crops ó ní bá a ṣe yọ bí wọ́n bá já sí pé àgbàdo ló fi tọ̀ ó ní bí wọ́n ṣe yọ zakat nínú ẹ̀ ẹ̀tọ́ bá já sí pé màálù ló fi ṣọ̀rọ̀ ó ní bí wọ́n ṣe yọ zakat nínú ẹ̀ ọlọ́run wà á tún àpọ̀ ẹ̀tọ́ ọbẹ̀ ẹ̀yọ́ fẹ́mi ọlọ́run yàwó àkọsọ́ọ̀lì ẹ̀yìn bàbá àti ẹ̀yìn ọlọ́run àti ọ̀gá tó sílẹ̀ fún un náà ti wéṣù iná ọ̀la ẹ̀kọ́ ìmọ̀sẹ̀lẹ̀ fẹ́ ìtọ́lọ́run ọba òfẹ́ mọ̀ ẹni tó bá ń dà ọ̀rù tí ó ń wéṣù kan bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni that is Quran 6 verse 141 ẹgbẹ̀rẹ́ kan ló ti káàánú ní ká tún lọ jókòó káwù kí náà ọ̀la ló bá wa sọ níbẹ̀ ẹ̀yẹ́ ká tó fún wa ní àyà fásitì ìwọ̀n ní Suratu Sajda ní àyà 27 Suratu Sajda that is Quran 32 verse 27 ọlọ́run wa yọ̀lá ní o tún bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ bí ọlọ́run ní àwọn àdámiyàrá ánàlẹ̀ sóòrè máa à ìlànà àbí jùlísà fàlọ́sọ̀rọ̀ ìbí ìsáyà káàkiri mílíọ̀nù àti àmúhùn wà ọ̀pọ̀sàkù afárá ìlú sí ọlọ́run tí kì í ṣe àwọn ọlọ́run láṣẹ òkèlè fún ọ̀hún sórí ilẹ̀ fún yín láti Quran 32 àwọn ọlọ́run láṣẹ rọrùn kí òjò rọ̀ sórí ilẹ̀ fún yín fàlọ́sọ̀rọ̀ ìbí ìsáyà àwọn náà ń dà dára ọ̀rọ̀ yìí àwọn mú àwọn tẹ̀ sílẹ̀ lẹ́yìn àwọn aládùúgbò dà wájú nǹkan jíjẹ ọ̀rọ̀ ni wọ́n bá wá jáde pàlú sórí ìwé àpòlù yẹn tẹ́yìn fúnra yín tí ẹ máa jẹ níbẹ̀ tàkùlù méjì fún àdáhàmọ̀ àwọn nǹkan sí wọn àwọn ẹni wọ́n sọ lẹ́nu pé àwọn ẹranko gan kò ń ṣàwọn ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ là ń bẹ́nẹ́fìtì látara ìta ṣe iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ àwọn ẹranko they are also benefiting right ọlọ́run ní èmi ọlọ́run ní ọdún fún yín tóbi ìyẹn ìjàmbá ní ti tí ó wẹ̀ tí ilẹ̀ fún yín tí gbogbo ní pípé tó fi wá jáde síta táàkùrù mi ní wà ní àwọn ẹran yín àwọn kan sí wọn jẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọn á ń fún sábà ẹ̀yin gan fúnra ẹ̀ tún benefit níbẹ̀ ọlọ́run ní gbogbo ilé ìta sọ fún yín afọlá ìwé ṣe ẹ wí ni you have foresight pé iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ iṣẹ́ tó lálùbáríkà ni ìlú tí ò bá ti ṣiṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ wàhálà máa ń wà níbẹ̀ oúnjẹ òní pọ̀ ẹni pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn láti sáfù lábúlé wa àti sáwá sí gbòòrò àfiṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ lẹ̀ nínú ilé kálukú wa ilé tó ọkọ ẹ̀kọ́ náà yọ àyè kan sẹ́yìn ó wá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀dì lára bẹ́ẹ̀dì ọkọ̀ jẹ́ kó lórí oníbi kan tó fi ń pe ẹ̀fọ́ oníbi kan tó fi ń pe ewédú oníbi kan tó fi ń pe ilá oníbi kan tó lọ àtàsí o ò ní fẹ́ jẹun lójúmọ́ tí gbogbo ẹ ti yọ dáadáa wá ṣètò ní owó lọ ra ta àkọsẹ́kù yẹ wà á já ta owó ẹ̀ èyí tí o bá ti fún wa ta fún ẹ ló máa lọ owó rà ó dà lọ sáà ní wọn kàn tó wà lọ owó rà ló bá ti dà lọ sáà tó wà tó mú bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn bàbá wa jọ táwa bá lọ owó òkè bá fẹ́ jẹun wọ́n bá gbẹ́ ẹran ọ̀gbẹ́ tí wọ́n pa ní fresh wọ́n wá kọ́ sẹ́yìn ilé wọ́n wá já gbogbo ewébẹ̀ tí wọ́n fẹ́ wúre ní ẹ̀fọ́ ni ẹ̀fọ́ ṣọkọ wà ẹ̀fọ́ tẹ̀tẹ̀ wà oríṣiríṣi làwọn ẹ̀fọ́ ni wọ́n máa ní pupa lára yẹni ṣọkọ àbí wọ́n máa ní pupa lára ìkan wà tí ò ní pupa yẹn ní yẹ oríṣiríṣi ẹ̀fọ́ kan tó wà wúre ajẹ́ dáadáa bàbá alábẹ́kúta wọ́n wà láwa ní wúre òdìdí owó tí ẹni kíkẹ́ pé òun àwọn lálẹ́ òun káàkiri níbi tí lè bá ti lójú báyìí tó ṣe wù. Ọmọdé ìyàn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọmọ wa òun lọ́mọ. Ọmọ mi bá rí báyìí wọn àbàdá ìgbẹ́ dàrú ipò ní ọ̀pẹ́ tó kúrò ní. Ẹ̀wọ̀n oríṣiríṣi ewé òun láti gbọ́dọ̀ mú ṣáàbẹ̀ ní pàtàkì. Nítorí pé ó máa wà wá náà lọ́rùn. Tí gbogbo wa náà bọ́lọ̀ bá kẹwàá tá a nílé ara wa ẹgbẹ́ ká láàyè kún. Ẹ̀tọ́ náà bá tún kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ẹ̀ lọ lọ́ra wọ́n yẹ kí wọ́n ta màálù ní ọdún lẹ́yà tó kọjá rẹ̀ màálù lẹ́yìn tó jọjú wá sí la 2.53 million lẹ́yìn tó jọjú ẹ̀wọ̀n yẹ tó jẹ́ káwárẹ́ tó níbi 20 cows nínú ọgbà ẹ̀ tó ti jọjú tó dẹ̀ ní customers tó fẹ́ rà tẹ́wọ̀n báwa yẹn ní wọ́n dá ó ti já sí pé there is no job there is no lucrative job that does not have its challenges. Òun náà ní gbogbo àwọn workshop and seminars ìmọ̀ yìí ṣe ń wáyé kò sí iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe láì challenge kó lè ní tó ń sùn lé challenge ní ohun tó ń sùn yẹn lọ fún rẹ̀ ká tó wá sọ pé ṣé àgbẹ̀ ọ̀pá tó dá wa gan kò fi owó kékeré nínú ṣé àgbẹ̀. Ànábìwá Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam nínú àkà pé adarànjẹ lànàbì sallallahu alaihi wasallam ó lè sọ stéèkì tó ti bọ́ lọ́wọ́ pé the prophet iṣẹ́ kábàáwọn èèyàn sí ẹran kábàáwọn kó ẹran tó gbogbo lọ jẹun kó dà ń padà kí lóun náà ṣe ó dàbí pàtàkì nípa political participation káwá sọ fún àwọn nípa agricultural participation ẹni tó fẹ́ràn lọ tó lọ fún lóúnjẹ tó fẹ́ o tó dá padà wá òun náà participate iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ lòun náà ṣe ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn àdáńkì ọlọ́pàá níṣẹ́ méjì tó fẹ́ ẹ̀yìn ṣe àgbẹ̀ kódà tí wọ́n bá níṣẹ́ ni wọ́n fi ṣe àgbẹ̀ that is to tell you the importance of agriculture in any nation tó bá fi ọwọ́ kékeré mú ṣe agriculture ìyá pàwọ́ thank God for the present government and our government only direct the economy of our nation towards agriculture tàbá gbólórí crude oil gbogbo ẹni ìgbẹ́pẹ̀ ní wọ́n máa ní pọ́tẹ̀ wà ní but you yourself let us start from our immediate home how I practicalize it okay I want to be a farmer even you may be a farmer of not selling your products but èmi náà fẹ́ máa produce nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ máa gbé ẹ̀ at the end of the day you become an important ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn tẹ́ ìdíkọ̀ àwọn abẹ́gbẹ̀gbẹ̀ retire permanent secretary ní ìjọba àtàwọn they are also farmer ọlọ́run tẹ̀ ṣe lọ́wọ́ so at this juncture màá láti gbọ́ pa ìtòrí àsìkò but ẹgẹ́ ká mọ̀ wípé ọba tó dá gẹ́gẹ́ bí mùsùlùmí àwọn àtàjẹ́ mùsùlùmí àtàwọn àtàjẹ́ lẹ́sìn ní kò sí ẹ̀sìn kankan tó fọwọ́ yẹpẹrẹ ní ìṣá eléyìí tí a ní opportunity ẹ ká ìlú kálẹ̀ utilize opportunities kí ọlọ́run wà nígbọ́lá ó má ṣàṣe lọ́rùn wa ó dẹ̀ gbàgbọ́ ẹ̀ ọ̀ aláṣọ àwọn ọ̀gá ọ̀bẹ̀rẹ̀ fẹ́ láti àpáyà sí fún dáàbò.
Thank you so much, Kadiruma. Adupelowo Imamwa. Next, it's to invite one of the coordinators of this event, Usher welcome address. Mr. Tunde.
On behalf of Grand Chairman, I want to welcome you all to this workshop. It's a thing of joy to see this tournament of participants. Finally, more registration as you can expect of it. But in the Muslim community, seeing that we even have numbers of farmers who are interested and family is a thing of joy. Because this is an opportunity to also empower the Muslim community. That's why ANSARUDEEN Society of Nigeria Lagos branch has taken this project with all appointments that have gone out to bring some of the experts in farming to come and nurture us, to tap into the opportunity available from the government and the private sector. You can see that this is the second edition. Now we have Lagos State, partnering with Lagos State Ministry of Agriculture. Please, participants, as I welcome you, I want you to listen attentively. Where Farabalo can move along that same joy. But we mark this for I'm at all seasoning farmers and agri personnel, those powers. I want us to take today's workshop the advantage about going and down. Because going forward, we are open doors. Let us be able to keep working a campus in the workshop.
Thank you so much, Somali Musola. Nígbà tí wọ́n ṣe lecture lọ́wọ́ lẹ́wọ̀n, a ní great honor and privilege to welcome the arrival of one of our fathers nínú ẹgbẹ́ ANSARUDEEN. Àwọn tó ti ṣe takuntakun nílùú yìí, kí ọlọ́run túbọ̀ bá àwọn pẹ̀lú wọn. Is no other person than our very Dr. PM Fikrullah Oladimeji Smith, PhD. Salam alaikum, sir. Okay, now we'll have a good message from the ministry who are in charge of efforts there actually. Àwọn tí wọ́n ń bójú tó ètò agric lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. We have the PS ably represented by Mrs. Aramide Gazalo, kí ó wọ́n ṣe a good message on behalf of the PS.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. God bless you, sir. On behalf of the Lagos State Ministry of Agriculture and Food Systems, representing the Permanent Secretary, I'm highly delighted to be here. In fact, it's a thing of joy to see the Muslim community trying to bring themselves together, be able to acquaint themselves in the area of agriculture. Vegetable production, fish farming, or any other enterprise at all. Ensure you are in the right group. After being in the group, you'll also be in the APES group. That's what we call Farmers Association of Nigeria. Make sure you are in all these groups and you make yourself known to the government. Reason being that whenever benefit is coming, farmers, they are recognized as groups. And in one group or the other, government benefit can never end you. You will definitely enjoy one benefit or the other from the government. example. Like we have this program we call Enterprise Activation Program. This is where we ensure that farmers that are already in production remain in production by giving them inputs. And if you want to enjoy this input from government and you don't belong to any farmers group, there is no way you can enjoy it. So we need you after today's program to ensure that you recognize what you want to do. Make sure you look for the group, you register with them, and you attend their meetings. Because farmers' meetings is another ground for training. If you miss meeting, you might not know the new technology that is operating in your enterprise. So if you go to meeting regularly, if you are doing your operations, you encounter a challenge. When you get to meeting, when you table meetings, there will be a farmer that might have experienced that problem, and you share experience, they solve the problem for you. Before somebody knows about it, you already have your solution. But the way government can attend to your problem when you have problem is our extension officers. We have an agency that we call the Agri Development Authority. They have extension officers that are all over the Lagos State, and they visit farmers regularly. So if you have problems, those ones will know. They will bring your problem to the office, they will look at it, they will visit your farm. But before all that, if you are in a group, you will definitely have enjoyed the benefit of your group before even government will come to you. Are we together? Yes. Okay. So the other thing government is doing, our farmers are into production, but they are growing, and we are trying to make sure that agriculture is not extinct in Lagos State. And so we are making sure that we are growing young farmers. And these young farmers are captured from secondary school. So we have a program we call Lagos State Scholars for Schools. We used to call it School Agri Program. So we now catch them young from the schools, and we introduce this new technology of making sure that they recirculate their water from their fish pond to their vegetable, from vegetable to their poultry. We establish this twin enterprise for them, and they gain interest. But these days we discover that schools are not showing too much interest, and so we try to put it like, what do I call it now? Like they should compete for it. Schools now compete for it, so that we actually know that they are actually interested. Because we discovered that we established for them, after the first, second cycle, they stop and they stop production. Now they are the one bidding for this thing. And we are trying, this year, we are trying to make sure that these student schools that are interested, that are actually in that competition. Also, one other thing that we are doing in Lagos State agriculture and food systems is that young farmers that are ready to their own production, doing whatever they are doing through their means, are captured. We capture them under a group called Lagos State Agri Innovation Club. Because we discovered that these people are doing so much, and they are not even minding us as a government. They know their technology, they are applying it, they have their knowledge, they are applying it. We needed to capture them, and we call them Lagos State Innovation Club members. As I speak, the membership is running into 100, and they meet regularly. The essence of that is that we don't want them to be an island to themselves. We needed them to network and interact together. and we've been having hangouts. You know, the youth, they like the towns that we ginger them, and so they are trying to make agriculture sexy to them. We call coming together hangouts. So they hang out and they interact and all that stuff. And through that club, we now had an initiative that we call Agriton. Agriton is a system whereby you have your business, you want to pitch for money, there is a grant, and you come forward, pitch for your business. That, okay, I have this business, is at this level, I want to take it to another level, but I need so amounts. We had that last year, we call it Agriton 1.0, and we are able to give out 100 million grants to 26 participants that actually won from quite a number of them. This year we are going a little bit higher to 150 million naira. So already there was a portal that was opened, and they were able to apply online. And that brings me to the fact that a number of people don't actually look out for what government is doing when they are online. If I could ask now, how many people have ever heard of Agriton? You've heard of Agriton, Lagos State Agriton. Have you heard? Let me see. Thank you, sir. Out of so many, only one person. A number of times, we close our eyes to government publications, government information, government news, whether online or offline. But if we don't then seek information, we cannot get it. Sometimes we put information outside, and coming back, we discover that half of the state did not even hear about this. That's why it's on Instagram, it's on Facebook, it's on Twitter, it's on a number of social media. Because now we discover that not everybody listens to radio, not everybody watches television. So we try to move with the trend, and we put ourselves on all. If you follow Lagos State Agriculture 0.1, 1.0, all that name, they are all on the social media, where you can have information about what government is doing part time. And you will always see Lagos State Ministry of Agriculture and Food Systems putting one information that everyone is being carried along. Also concerning youth, we have Lagos State Entrepreneurship Program that takes place in Araga Epe. We have youth sign up and train for 1 month. After 1 month of training, they go out attached to mentor for like 3 or 4 months to be able to know the practical of what they are being taught in the class. And after we deploy them to our production center in Badagry, we have a lot of facilities where they can practice what they have learned, although they have their own land to operate. So all these are there for us to know that agriculture should go to extinction in Lagos State. Yes, we don't have enough land, but the ones we have, we are maximizing. Also recently, you will hear in the news that we launched 500 billion naira Lagos Produce for Lagos Fund. And why did we do that? We at a time we want to produce 40% of what we eat, we want to produce 60% of what we eat, but we don't want to deceive ourselves that even though we have these targets, but produce don't come from outside Lagos, and we need to regularize. We need to put to standard. We need to ensure that what comes into Lagos is quality, as well as we try to reduce post-harvest losses. We discovered that most of the things that are coming before they enter Lagos, 50% are already rotten. By the time they get to the market, before they finish selling, another 20% is gone. So we are making sure that things are not wasted. Okay, we cannot produce, but whatever is coming into Lagos is preserved, is coming in good states, and they are able to hold them until they are able to sell. And that's why we are having the facility that is coming up in Ekpe. We call it Lagos Central Food Systems and Logistics Hub. That place is a complete hub. We have a storage system for cold chain, we have a storage system for dry produce, we have processing centers. There's going to be amber. Everything is going to be complete at that hub. The only thing is the vehicle that will bring produce in that hub will be a standard vehicle. And we showed a sample on the day we had the launch of the fund. It's a temperature regulated vehicle. So whatever that might be coming from outside Lagos, for whatever temperature that is needed to arrive in Lagos, that is what it will remain. Until it enters into the hub, it will remain like that. And this hub also is going to be holding food for Lagos for 90 days. We had an experience some time ago whereby the people bringing outside Lagos said they were not giving us. And Lagos went crisis, and food became very expensive. So learning from this experience, the governor, Mr. Vice President, decided that will happen to us again. We are going to hold our food for at least 90 days. And that was the essence of the logistic hub in Ekpe. And from that hub, we now have some other mid-level agro-produce hub. We have a sample in Ijioru, a standard market where food are well laid down and prices are controlled, so that no one is exploited in Lagos in going to the market. So Lagos State of Agriculture is doing all this to make sure that the citizens are not rip-off and we are not eating bad food. And we are ensuring that in looking at the market, we are not forgetting the farmers also. And that is why we are going back and forth, making sure that our farmers are taken care of by ensuring that this fund is in place. Is anyone taking produce from you? Presently, if they don't finish selling, they won't pay back. But with this fund, if the produce comes in, the money is paid because there's a guarantee fund. So the money is paid. So I want to assure you that the ministry is there for you. After today's program, if there is anything that you want to know about further from today, Alausa.23 is available. When you get to the PS office, whatever the problem is, they will cascade to any directorate that will attend to you. So on behalf of my cabinet secretary, the Honorable Commissioner, I want to appreciate this gathering. Those that put it together, and I want to wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Gazal. Please continue to note our questions. There will be time for question and answer. We are all finishing this program together. Not going yet. So don't let us begin questioning. But one thing I can assure you, man, is that ANSARUDEEN will also like to plug into the agric in all our schools, and inshallah we'll work towards ANSARUDEEN school, grammar school and so we'll bring in others too. Solo two. Or to plug me. Okay, that's good. While she was giving her good road, we had the arrival of the coordinator from the Office of the Special Advisor to the President on Agricultural Matters, Honorable Rafiu Alade Lawal, who is representing the SC today, who does small this money that another higher appointment assignment given to honor, that he will definitely be represented by Honorable Rafiu. I appreciate that, sir. Thank you, sir. So we'll give him the right to deliver his goodwill message on behalf of the SC. The mic to the.
Thank you. Sequence to the last event we had here, I think we had an international section, not quite long ago. So sequence to that, it is imperative for his ANSARUDEEN organization, the German of ANSARUDEEN, to give in into the federal government intervention program. Not too long ago, ANSARUDEEN brought in 2,000 tractors and over 1,000 farm implements. And the president said he wants our farmers to look sexy. So with that, that will reduce manpower. So I will employ our youth to go into farming, and we are ready to support them. If anybody wants to, the last time I came, according to what ANSARUDEEN told me, they said they're going to get and I don't know if it has been done. But anyhow, we are with you, in line with the president's new hope agenda. We are with you. We want you farmers to look sexy, not the old way of farming. So it's a new era, the dawn of a new era. So this is what I was about. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. And let me inform us that we announced to participants that if you are able to come early, as of 9 o'clock, there are freebies for you to get here aside from the intellectual materials that you'll be having. Through the office of the SC, we have been donated some 10 kg bags of rice for the early comers, and we have shared tickets for those who are to get that. Also, Dr. Bashon, to tell us that he is a farmer, has also donated crates of eggs for early comers. So this is just to encourage us. We come back to Kola Gumeson, Kamara to Mama Bodi, Agumeson Abu, we are our men, everybody for us. So what is the tickets from Goba Motiwa Majafani, and on everybody marry summer in October carry. Who is not economist, but will definitely share our inshallah. Next is the reason why we are here, to give the mic to our lead discussants, Dr. Yaku Bashir, to take us on the agribusiness opportunities and viability in Nigeria. Okay.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I think we will take it from the beginning. I want to thank our Imam for the prayer and very heartwarming lecture that put us in the position that what we are doing is actually sunnah. And but I want to bring your indulgence to we sing the song we sang earlier. He said, he said, ọlá ìṣẹ́ ọlọ́run wá fẹ́yìn padà káyí ìwé kíkọ́ láìsí sáàtọ̀ àti kọ̀mpútà kò ì pé o iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ níṣẹ́ ilẹ̀ wa ẹni kò ṣiṣẹ́ àmàjáde ìwé kíkọ́ láìsí sáàtọ̀ àti kọ̀mpútà kò ì pé o. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I greet our father, Amen, centenary chairman, the representative of the Secretary Ministry of Agriculture, the Director of Agribusiness, thank you for coming. Our Southwest Coordinator, thank you for your efforts. We appreciate you. We appreciate you, and Honorable Shashore, the coordinator. I want to see people who are not in Ghana. So today we want to look at agribusiness, opportunities and viability. And our structure will be such that we look at what do we understand by agribusiness. Please don't waste your time writing. Everybody will get a copy of this. Once you have registered with your WhatsApp number or your email, any copy to you so just participate. So we will look at agribusiness. What do we understand by agribusiness? And then what is agribusiness important in Nigeria? In attempt to give about six reasons why this is interesting in Nigeria. We will look at the opportunities. We will look at the viabilities, and side by side with the viabilities of the agribusiness, we will look at the risk. Just like our Imam told us earlier, there's nothing we do in this life that does not carry some risk. But when we look at this risk, we will attempt to discuss mitigation steps, things that we can do or we recommend to be done so to avoid these difficulties. Then we will attempt to tell us what should we do ourselves. How can we do it? What are the specific grounds that we can look at? What are the specific grounds that we can look at? Then, of course, we will close with some recommendations for us, recommendations to government. We are glad that government is here with us, both at the political level and at the democratic level. So some of these recommendations will be taken home. So, ladies and gentlemen, we said, what's agribusiness? Beyond farming, most people just believe that agriculture is all about just tilling the ground or getting to the farm. So agricultural business is actually a value chain. It's actually a value chain. It's actually a value chain that has a beginning and has an end. And it includes So, beyond farming, agribusiness includes adding value to what we produce, includes
primary processing, includes value addition, includes distribution, marketing, and technology applications. So when we say this in agriculture, we mean the entire value chain from the input to the table. That is what we mean by agricultural business. The business of agriculture goes beyond just farming. So a lot of people are now beginning to see. Not every one of us have to be a farmer that will go to the farm and till ground or get the fish or the animal. But you can do a lot of other things within that chain from beginning to the end, and you call yourself an agro-entrepreneur, the businessman of women in agriculture. So that is what we do. One Nigeria. Where is agriculture important in Nigeria? Of course, agriculture is not like you go by the representative of the industry. It's one of the most important aspects of our economy. Agriculture contributes up to 30% of our gross domestic product. That is, if we look at what we do in Nigeria, 30% of it comes from agriculture. That is volume. That is, you look at oil, you look at services, you look at industry, all these sources of production. From agriculture. Also, agriculture employs up to 70% of our labor force. Tabari èèyàn mẹ́wàá tó ṣiṣẹ́, méje nínú wọn iṣẹ́ tó jọ mọ́ agribusiness ló ṣe. That's why I define agribusiness as entire value chain. You don't necessarily have to be a farmer to be in the agribusiness manager. Some people are selling granules on the roadside. They are in agribusiness because what they are selling is food, right? So that's just a simplified example. So that makes agricultural business very important because it is very valuable in our economy. And more importantly, too, agriculture or prosperous agriculture is the most equitable way of development. Like our country said, if you want to develop in society, must develop agriculture. Because that is the only way you can be sure that you reach every nook and cranny of the community, of the state, and of the country. So every policy maker identifies the importance of agriculture, and particularly in our country, Nigeria. Now, I will look at 6 areas that lay barriers to these opportunities of importance. The first one is the market demand and population. In Nigeria, we have over 200 people living in Nigeria. In Lagos State, we are living over 20 million. That's almost 10% of the entire population of Nigeria lives in Lagos State. What this means is that these people must eat under together. Some people must produce this. It must come from somewhere. So this alone presents a very big market. One way or the other, you sell something. Once you want to sell something or you want to create a personal business, the question you ask yourself is, but for because everybody must eat. And on average, an individual spends about 50,000 naira a month on food. On average, 50,000 naira to spend on feeding ourselves. Look at it. Even if we get where we are to come and be shiny or 50,000. Now at the bonus, 50,000 multiplied by 20 million people. Can you imagine the volume of agricultural goods that is required? The other source of fiber, I think, is very important. It's a viable of that's a major liability to have a bank of who are your customers? As a farmer, as an businessman or woman, you know that the liabilities they are because there is what opportunity for growth because of the high population. Then export potential. We talk about, when you say export, you don't necessarily mean export. Export in this sense, I think in a very broad sense. Once you are producing something from a location and you have to carry it to a different jurisdiction, we call it more or less export. You can export from Badagry to FM. That's the one where some level of exportation, although internal distribution happens. What the is also some level of exportation, but internal distribution only. You can take it from Lagos now and take it to UK, or let's say Ghana or Cameroon. You understand? These are also export opportunities because the market is there, particularly for the things that we produce. Then the issue of value addition. We talked about adding value. A lot of what we produce carries sales potential, not only for direct consumption. A lot of that we do in county cassava. 90% of what we produce goes for garri or that production. We consume it. But the remaining 10% can be turned into a number of other things. For example, cassava flakes. Cassava flakes is a major input into cassava starch production. It's a major ingredient of feeding animals. A lot of countries are looking for that cassava flakes like gold. So the opportunity is not just to produce your cassava for making garri, but to produce your cassava to export. That's just an example. So that is the third one. The fourth one we look at is technological applications. The opportunities in agriculture is so wide these days that technology has driven a lot of us into that value chain. The concept mentioned it, our Imam mentioned it, that even way back then, Quran allows us that open your mind to the possibility of development in your area. That is, you don't want to say, this is what my tasks are doing, it's the same thing I will continue to do. Keep your mind open, you will be surprised that this day I was just sitting with ABM, who were discussing, and I showed him my phone. As I'm sitting here, I'm looking at my farm. I showed my farm, I look at it, I see who is buying egg, who is going up and so on. The same technology I can use drones, fly it over my farm, and see my vegetables. And I'll be able to determine by the color of the leaves of the vegetable whether it has disease or not. Then I will be able to do what is necessary. I can be able to use the to predict what my harvest is going to be. I have produced and planted cassava or corn. The drone technology can tell me and estimate my yield. That is what we call precision farming. For example, I will know what amount of fertilizer to apply, when to apply it, how to apply it, exactly. So the implication for technology application or innovation in agriculture is vast. The concept also mentioned what is going on these days, particularly in Lagos. You know, Lagos will live in Lagos. There's what we call the Agri Innovation Club in Lagos now. Young men and women like us now who are doing a lot of things in new ways. When I was in school, I didn't know it was possible. Even here with our system, we can produce enough, that's tomato, right? We can produce tomato, we can produce green pepper, we can produce cucumber, we can produce cabbage from this location without going out with innovative culture systems. So we want to talk of what man does behind your houses. You can do a lot. You can put it on plastic can and rear fish that you can eat. So the issue of technology application is very wide. Then, of course, the issue of employment generation. But we have said it. The most, agriculture has greatest demonstrated potential for job creation. Any one of us, easiest thing we can go into to create jobs, to create opportunities, to create livelihood is agriculture. But at some point, presently in my family, I have met 63 people. 63 men and women working on my farm, earning their daily livelihood. And we have thousands of farms like not only in Lagos, but all over. That's why we said up to 70% of our labor force is working in agricultural value chain. The opportunity to create jobs. Then you go to the last issue, and that is government incentive. In fact, I urge the conveners to document all the points raised by the permanent secretary, the opportunities that are available through government as incentive to encourage you. You have been told, whatever you do, find an association that does the same thing and join them. The government has a list of all these associations. See, the government they will say chairman of vegetable, chairman of fish, chairman of and so on. They call them into. So a lot of these incentives, a lot of these packages, they deal with this association. Those chairman will now go back to their membership and tell them of the opportunities that are available. So there's a lot of government initiatives, there's a lot of policy initiatives that the government is we just learn about the 500 billion produced for Lagos. This is a wonderful initiative that each and every one of us can think. So at this stage, one is of Ibe Shalana, I have a capacity to produce 500 grams of egg. I've already started. Once you register, they know your capacity, they can sign an email with you. They are going to produce macro bye. That's all the way. The balance of we have fresh pork, the market we talk about children, one children, so if I they got the problem you can go comfortably and buy what you want. And potential that is, as I'm speaking to you, my representatives are there selling my head direct to you. Who say, hey, come along, you need 4,700. Why you find it? Come and call us CEO, come along at 2,000. So, the bank 4,700. The bank the opportunities are incentive that government is creating. These are things that encourages me and you to go into agriculture. Do you understand? Now, let us now look at liabilities. When we look at these liabilities, we will look at the risks. What are these stuff? But we must the viability, báwo ni ṣó ṣe é ṣe, kí ni àwọn ọ̀ṣun tó wà lọ́lẹ̀. Those are these because the very first one and most important one is what we call infrastructural deficit. There is a lot of infrastructural gap tí I need láti face. Ìyẹn ní wà lára nǹkan discourage a lot of people into going into agriculture. I will give you an example. About 6-7 years ago, 6-7 years ní oko mi ní Ìkòròdú, when we produce egg, kábà tó ṣe a ní truck tó máa gbé láti farm tó máa gbé lọ sí Ìtamàjà central àti táwọn ọmọ wa kọ. Kábà lóòdù ẹni 100 crates, right? Kátó dé Ìtamàjà 30 ní àtúkọ́ torí kí ni gbẹ̀rù gbogbo ẹ̀kọ́ tó lọ ẹ̀yìn ní láti ní. When it gets to the market, 30% are lost because of bad food. About 4 years ago, Lagos State government turned 9 kilometers of our farm within that place. So, tí bá kọ́ ẹni 100, tí bá dé Tamale 100 kilometers lábẹ́ Lagos State lábẹ́. These are opportunities. These are what èdèbèrè sọ yẹn àwọn ìwọ́n ìlú complain yìí kọ́ owó títì lọ ti ṣe. And when we talk about infrastructure, we don't need only road. A major example is energy. Energy is also an infrastructure that is very. As I speak to you again, as example. As I speak to you, I'm in court with because they were giving me estimated bill of 1 million naira a month. Estimated bill 1 million. What if we prepaid meter coming and then pay bill? So no million in other son here. My son here. So what you have to get is money. All that as well. Come and justify that I use this energy. They give us 9 hours of energy in a day. 9 hours in 24 hours, 9 hours for 1 day. So this is infrastructure. This is one of the things that we discourage. So am I really at all in for those people here? But it's important for you as an agriculture to know what are the challenges you will face. Okay, clean alternative. I have this generator, I have 2 of them. I have petrol generator, about 4 of them. I spend on average in a month 1.5 million naira on fuel. Hey, imagine the 1.5 million naira, I don't want to do also. You get profit bills. So, infrastructural deficit is one. Storage is another structural deficit. Can you believe that all the things in this country, we have capacity to store only 4%. Ìdámẹ́rin nínú ọgọ́rùn-ún. Ìdámẹ́rin pé a ní capacity gbogbo bí àṣà ní gbogbo storage capacity láti kálẹ̀ tó gbogbo kálẹ̀ tó kọ́ síbẹ̀. Ìdámẹ́rin pé a ní capacity. Lagos State government again as a country is building a facility in Imota, is the largest of its type in the whole of West Africa. Mi ò mọ ẹni tó bá ti lọ sí àwọn bàbá bá ti lọ sí London, èsì lọ sáà nípa ní farmers market, ìní àkàtà ní Green State in London. These are examples táwọn náà ló kọ́ wá sí. That you can take whatever you produce and make it there for storage. Àgbà ìsìn ọ̀tẹ̀ tó lébẹ̀ tí ò ní gbà. They will commission it later this year or next year. This is a big boost for farmers. Àti pariwo. Ẹ bá dé Nàìjíríà fúnlẹ̀ yẹn, ẹlòmíì kó àpẹẹrẹ mẹ́wàá tòmátò òde kó tó dé ọjà ẹ̀ṣà náà ti bàjẹ́. Now, méjì ló kù tó máa tà á ní. Ṣẹ̀rí kó bá kọ̀ ká ní ìyẹn náà yá sí owó gbogbo ẹ̀kọ́. Ṣé ló ní ìlú ìpínlẹ̀ láì sí ṣùgbọ́n ìmájúwẹ̀ tó kó ṣe kó bá àwọn ẹ̀kọ́ orí ní gbogbo sí tó lè ṣe tó lè pèsè ìjọba owó jáde ẹ̀lẹ̀ ìlànà refreshment. That's one of the infrastructural deficits that storage. So anything you want to do, I'm saying all this, I have at the back of your mind the importance of agribusiness, the viabilities, because anything is about viability. So viability is one of the things we talk about, whatever project you want to embark on. And of course, climate and environment. This is the no gainsay. Flood, you have 2 weeks ago. On my farm again in 2013, I lost almost 5 million of catfish. Look at the whole day. No flood, never go to Dubai, everywhere I go to food, go my dad, or so flooding, a lot of things, you know. So a lot of the examples I will use personal things that I have done. So flooding, and it's as a result of the climate change, as a result of block drainage, as a result of maybe unpredictable weather patterns, things that other study data will prevent. You understand? So these are also things. Then financial activities that is focused I will talk about some of the things I want to. One line is what? Fund. More often than not, ìjọba wa wọ́n kàn fẹ́ national sọ ọ̀rọ̀ credit financing. When I was in service, I used to be a member of what we call credit guarantee by CBN. I'm having lost CBN every year. I'm having access to go banks. Because each bank there's a law. Don't compare one way. Part of your loan portfolio, this percentage must go to agriculture. No, as you say, you can find by the mason. Ladies and gentlemen, Tabaki have a bank for also to my fine again. They prefer to pay fine than to borrow agriculture. They prefer to pay the fine. It's easy for them. And the problem is the unpredictability, lack of knowledge, lack of awareness of the agri value chain, the preparedness of agriculture. I have a lot of friends who have gone into agriculture, who borrow money, some people borrow money, use their retirement benefits to go into agriculture. In no time, their venture failed, and they defaulted on this loan. There's a lot of failure. It's not due to technical failure or technical compactness of what they want to do, but because of the structure of the loan or the amount of the loan. Do you understand? So example, amount of money, now, when you have a ANSARUDEEN to do late, you start to deal with this for 1 year or more. And not to figure out what to call point of day. So, by the point of day, it takes about 16 weeks. 16 weeks was very low. Then 16 weeks here, to my bed, I do you understand? So, now, first stable here, there is a whole Korean session, there is a Jackie, there is so far as bank. What's a normal bank? What you do? What the end of the month, the other end of the year, what's one small and what's the so, the cycle of the financial lending does not tally with the cycle of your production. So, the misalignment. This is one of the big lessons that we have learned that we are posing to government, and a lot of particularly new ones are now adjusting and making this interesting for us. So, the risk, and again, over the more than only the 10 million, 1.2 million. They are not really a favor, it can not say something. Do you understand? Because you will not be able to do what you have. So not only the amount, but the structure and even the interest rates. A lot of these banks will borrow money from international organizations. They will now unlend to you. So automatically this one. So the government a lot of things to correct this, to make this available to the common person. So after we look at the policy and regulatory uncertainties, in my years of service, I have seen a lot of policy somersaults. Ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ nǹkan báyìí àfẹ́ ṣe. Lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yàn tó ṣe lọ́wọ́ ó kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀ ìjọba ní ìdé ayé gbogbo ẹ̀ padà. Á bẹ̀rẹ̀ ṣe àtúnṣe rẹ̀. For an average investor, this is not good. Investment needs stability of policy and so on. That is one. Number two, also there are so many things that I can't say that investment. Nígbà tàbí ìgbé máa pàrọ̀ orúkọ ẹ̀, máa forúkọ bí sí ọ̀dẹ̀ ẹni sẹ́ńtì náà lọ ṣe ọ̀sán mọ́nà because it creates confusion among the people that you are supposed to decide. Then we come to regulatory authorities, the regulators. For example, LASMA, for example. LASMA is a regulator. Wọ́n make sure pé traffic flow ṣùgbọ́n tó bá ṣẹ̀ àti kọ́kọ́rọ́ mọ́lẹ̀ abẹ́sí mọ́tò. Make the only the enemy of the person you are regulating. So the same thing, they may not be as severe. What's in agriculture? A lot of people don't get good at the relate we have fish license, we have anything nobody has to talk about. Some more often than not, and that's the worst and that's the way and the government. So as a people, it's not. These are all the things that discourages, the risk factors in agricultural investment. Policy inconsistency. Also, more important, 3 tiers of government. We have local government, we have state government, we have federal government. In our constitution in Nigeria, and what is on the concurrent legislative list. Some legislative list, there are 2. There is concurrent and there is exclusive. Thank you very much. The concurrent exclusive, they only pay the federal government to follow the change. But the concurrent people for government, no they change. So agriculture is for concurrent legislative. Again, local government, allow us to say, tó bá lọ state government wá bá ṣe the same thing. Tó bá lọ fún federal government àwọn fẹ́ ṣe the same thing. Ẹ sọ fún nígbòdì fún federal government wà. Nígbòdì fún Lagos state government wà. That government be everything wà. Everything is situated in the local government. So there is a need for coordination. There is a need to appreciate, to put the local government in the driving seat. All government initiatives or programs in agriculture. These are all things we have always been propagating. But we have a disadvantage in Lagos State because it's an cosmopolitan state. You go to a lot of local government. So that's all I think it's one. Do you understand? So that's why the state government is championing a lot of these initiatives. With the new trend, with the new assessment is going. In the history of this country, particularly, the state and local government have access to limited amount of money. Those local governments need one by one and therefore are they being noticed. So that is what Mr. President said, local government chairman. Let them know what they are doing to their money. Know what is going to agriculture, know the health, know what is going to education. If we go to agriculture, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, so this is where you participate in policy coordination. It's a major risk in viability
then the second one is security. In as the where everybody knows the security. And people know they will wait until that much of the problem. I know some states, to get where our farmer know the I know some states have some who generate 10,000 naira profit. Lórí farm we're buying it because of 50,000 naira for the loss. So we went to Obayawasa for one another. That is the problem we have. So this is a major problem. We see right in the last of our government. And of course the last capability, we talked about that volatility, market volatility. Again, Lagos State government is doing tremendously when it comes to market question of personal. Àìmọye èèyàn àwọn akọ̀wé àwọn alákòókò gbogbo náà bẹ lọ sí my church náà bẹ lọ wọ náà bẹ lọ sí ní àgbà church náà bẹ lọ dọ̀tí ẹsẹ̀ wọn á lọ sí tuntun wọn á rà wọn lọ lẹ́ta ní owó náà wọn rà wọn á jẹ padà sí ilé tó agbára àníyàn tó pé wọ́n lò fresh lọ sí mo ṣe káàkiri wọ́n ṣe tí wọ́n á ti gbọ́ wọ́n ti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n ti ṣe so that this volatility in price kò ní wáyé ẹ̀rọ wọn tó ṣẹlẹ̀ pẹ̀lú tomato for example. Ó ní ọ̀gbẹ́ ìgbẹ́ta yọ ọ̀pá tó ká mú iṣu. China ló ó ń bọ̀ láti Benue láti Òṣogbo. Adé àbẹ̀ ìgbàgbọ́ Lagos State. Papa, we see it happen. In fold in my joy. Every other person. Tó bá ní owó ti gbé sókè àṣẹwà. Nígbà tó bá so this kind of market volatility does not encourage investment. These are the things still and that's the point. Again, this market hubs, the central food hub in the water and so on are the things that will solve these problems and these are the issues. Now look at mitigating strategy. I don't know how to deal with time. I think it's very good. But the thing is that you will go away with these slides and you can look at them. All the information is there and begin to see where the mitigate strategies. These are things tí ìjọba lè ṣe or táwa náà lè ṣe to discourage all these problems and these problems, right? So mitigation strategies, number one and most important in my own mind is the streaming agricultural insurance. Insurance is it's very, very important. We have to mainstream insurance. Listen, only Nigeria Federal Insurance Corporation and one or two other companies don't say insurance. We have to mainstream that insurance company to take off agricultural insurance. Make sure that any benefit that Lagos State provided or something, anything you want to do to farmers, any benefit, any support, make sure they subscribe insurance. Insurance will be when you mainstream agriculture and special insurance. That means over the market when anything happens, there is backup. So if we're able to do in 2014, there is a scourge of revenue. With my farm, I lost 49 million naira worth of bread. 49 million worth of bread will lose the farm. But you know what? I didn't have to worry because I had insurance. Insurance covered me and paid me back. Imagine I paid with insurance. I would have to go about this. I know some people don't say that segment of agriculture, they lost and there was no insurance. And soon they out of life insurance. So insurance is very important. So we need to insurance. Use contact farming is important. Planning smart agriculture technology. Planning smart agriculture will tell you when to farm, how to farm, and all that. Build partnerships, climate change integration. So you said it's a change. Take for example, you are doing maize. The change is that there will be seed. You need fertilizer, you need fertilization, you need baby harvester,
then you need seller or so. That's the entire chain. So when you have people together, cooperative, so you won't have to be stranded. So in your chain, you have everything living in your cooperative society. For example, as there are those who believe AOTs, there are those who believe fees, there are those who believe education, there are those who believe marketing and packaging events. So now, we'll now go to the what do we need to do. Me and you, ladies and gentlemen, want to go into a cultural business. You have to become an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is who? An entrepreneur is somebody that puts his mind, his resources, and his energy into something. So that we pay more needed. Kò tó ṣe tó pé lébọ̀ mi ṣe àbí tó pé bàbá mi ṣe wà ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ọ̀pọ̀ nítorí pé bóyá àkọsílẹ̀ ọ̀pọ̀ pẹ́pẹ́ àpíkì ní ọ̀ṣẹ̀. You must become an entrepreneur because you want to. It must come, you must have passion for it. How will you carry that to shape? That is the first question you must answer. If you are not interested in those classes, please don't do it because it is work. Do it because you want to, you love it. The only time you can become an entrepreneur, and that is the only time you can, make money out of it. I've listed about 12 characteristics of a good entrepreneur, agro-entrepreneur. We will not go into that, but it's very important. Genuine enthusiasm is very key. You must be driven. You must have the passion to want to do it. You must have the ability to inspire. You must be skilled. Skill means whatever you learn, go to people who know you, tell them to tell you about it, and continuously learn. A lot of things are our too. That are not calling. These days are almost learning. New things gathering. So you continue to learn. You continue to learn and broaden your mind. Knowledge can come from any source. Don't say I'm getting no more. Anything. So as long as give you information that you don't have is knowledge. You understand? So then as an entrepreneur, you must see the big picture. You must see the big picture. You must have dreams. You must know you will look, you will not fail to that, you will not fail to survive. You know, you go up, that I will start and I will grow. And as an entrepreneur, you must be ready to, you must have patience. You must have patience that this thing will grow. At the start small, dream big, and grow. That is the whole idea of good entrepreneur. And as an entrepreneur, you must be able to communicate. You must be able to tell people what you want, how you want to be able to communicate. And as an entrepreneur, you must be steadfast. Your word must be your bond. That's also why some person might pray about a by God's grace, you get as if you are going to change, call your father ahead. But if you are not consistent, if you are not reliable, you cannot be good and good. Do you understand? So all those things are important. Now, what are the opportunities for you and I? Class 3, very quickly, there are little you have opportunities in production. We have opportunities in valuation, and we have opportunities in marketing and distribution. These are the areas which I like that you and I, in this hall, living here today, can decide I want to pick this thing. This is not what I want to do. And whatever I want to do, then you will not be able to spread and go ahead. So in production, we have 5 categories. So Chinese things, I think break down. In production, these are the possible areas you can go to. Input distribution. Input distribution means you need seed. You need salad cutting. You need fish and you need fertilizer, you need feed, so you need medicine. These are opportunities to have pay by gbogbo àwọn sọ̀rọ̀ ní tomato lórí ẹgbẹ́ tó ní ọ̀ma lọ sí seed tomato. You get the tomato seed, you bring it to sell it there, package it and sell it there. You have become an agro-entrepreneur in input. Do you understand? So you have to look at your surroundings, look at what is lacking in your area and try to feed into it and provide that service. You have become an entrepreneur. So input in production, crops, we have you can put them in two categories: annual crops and perennial crops. Annual crops are all important to get paid down in the aso adé. Perennial ones are important to get paid over. Example be palm oil products. These are things that are very good to cola. You can do any of those crops. There are estimates to all the available information. Maybe refresh oil palm, for example, only 1 hectare. 1 hectare is 100 meters and 100 meters. That's 1 hectare. That's what we call 2.5 acres. 1 acre is 6 plots. So see, 1 acre is 6 plots. 1 hectare is 2.5 acres. So 1 hectare, 100 will tell you 150 stands. You need to go to my doctor, who compare the one which is you. And one of your letter very good places. So that's some way to watch what people want to see. These are the information that you need to research and get that with this information and training. Livestock, and you see, goat meat is very popular now, particularly for those who are in advanced ages. When you can match beef to eat red meat, won't need a lot of cholesterol. But goat only, the cholesterol level is very good, like chicken, like stock, and so on. So goat meat, a lot of people say, oh, I go remember one thing I don't know, not people. Anybody knows kò sí ẹ̀bá délé wọn wà lórí bí olóògbé méjì àbẹ́ta náà sì ní ìṣòro ìlànà. So long as o ti ṣàyẹ̀wò máa jókòó tó wọn nílò ìṣọ́ọ̀bù lẹ́yìn wọn nílò ṣe there is nothing you cannot do. Long as you know what you want to do, you look at the regulations permitting you to do it. So livestock is very important. Rabbit is also snail. Snail is fantastic. What you need to do is what you like, what is lacking, and how you do it. It's not step by step. What we need to do is to give it step by step. But I'm telling you the opportunity that we need to take that advantage. Then aquaculture, is the easiest to do. The easiest to do. There was a problem with the you can do tilapia, also egg also. It's very illegal. It's money. Now, once you you be out of the sea, the back of your son, you don't get it. Only got to come out of the flow. But no one said, don't ready by you. Never mind, don't come by you. You are ready by again. Is very good, and we can go into that. We can look at that other equipment. Only also for an essay, so for an equipment, ìjọba àpapọ̀ 2,000 tractors ìjọba àpapọ̀ 2,000 tractors. And because when I finish the apartment at about 9,000 units, this is so this is just first step. So tractorization will be, coming to us and it's easier. You can hire this tractor, you can maintain it, and benefit as a value chain participant. Then you go to still under this processing or value addition.
can look at started processing of tomato, and clean, primary processing. Because I was saying, and the package, so in this case, I want to go ahead a lot of things. They make agriculture very, very interesting. Nobody for me can explain here. Say, what is so fine, packaging and presentation is even more important than what the package can present it to you. These are opportunities for me to go into this thing. And of course, we can sell the rest of food items. A lot of our people listen. They will now like this. Lekki, kẹ́ni kí ló lọ ṣe lọ́ba tó láì wà fún mi àti akéèké. Ìgbọ̀dọ̀ akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ní pàtì láti ìdúró ní wa nísìnyí Lekki wọ́n ti ní rẹ́sítọ́rà bẹ́ẹ̀ tó ta ẹ̀wà àgbọ̀yìn àtàgẹ́gẹ́. Ó wà ní mọ́tò mẹ́rin láti dé sí ìgbà. Nítorí ẹgbẹ́ ìdílé ìlòrí ìsàmọ́dá lè ṣẹlẹ̀ ọ̀fọ́ ṣe lè Lekki. Publicity. Ẹ̀rọ máa wá kiri lórí títì ìyá àkókò dàrí àgbẹ̀. Ọ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ yìí Instagram ti búùkù ẹ̀, mo sanwó, mo lè nípa àgbà bí ìjọsìn ní pick-up code. These are modern ways of thinking. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí wọ́n ló ṣe lẹ́sìn ní omi tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀. Tó ti yé. So irú àwọn new ways, interesting ways, wọ́n ṣe àdàrà ìsìlẹ̀ náà, wọ́n ṣe gbogbo oríṣiríṣi ní ọ̀nà ìgbàlódé. Who are interested, check these are and these people that are something who are into agri business. They are not their car. Check them every day. And the black men will see local movement. Then you want to change distribution. Export. And we need a job there. If you go for it. How are they want to say cleaning, not dry, on my back, and a snapple, London, export. These are opportunities that are there. All of you to do is look at what you want and now look at the regulations of recommendations. What are the recommendations? They are several. They are very listed. Some of them are useful for our authorities. Policy coordination, inconsistency. We need to have our essay to take this to the coordination, yes, policy coordination between local, state, and federal. Let us also work on what I say. Come on, the competition. C'est pas vrai, tout toucher. Et moi, je peux láti ṣe ìṣèjọ pẹ̀lú ẹgbẹ́ káàkiri káàkiri ìgbòrí so there's a need for coordination of policy. Number two, the stream insurance we have talked about it. Essential service delivery. Wọ́n sọ lẹ́yìn extension àkọ́ àkọ́kọ́ wà ní àmọ́ṣe. State government ṣe, federal government ṣe, local government ṣe, ẹgbẹ̀rún ló wà. There's no law that is stopping local government from going into extension. And this is an opportunity to even engage our youth so that they can be trained and become extension practitioners. Access to land. This is very key. And that's what we access. To get similarly in the state like Lagos is a problem. And yet, it is poor. Some of them don't have the so not only have proper land use people, but have legislative party. Tẹ́lá ti pé bí ìdílé àbí wọn kọ́ lọ sí ìsìn. Ó lò fi kó lọ sí àṣàṣì ọdún so that dialogue is used for agriculture. Then of course they have access to finance. Patient funding. Funding so Mr. President again very recently they gave 1
through back of agriculture. So only very soon, back of agriculture will be in a position to attend to our needs. So again, this is an opportunity. Then digital identity references. Also there, what's more important, whatever you do, make sure you have an identity, make sure you have a reference, so that when you go, manufacturing fan A, fan B, for this is stated in this location, and this is what is there. And not the case, make the business attractive to the youth. Yes, so don't have Mr. President, agricultural sector. We want them to make agriculture attractive to the youth. Engage them, and give them with knowledge, and empower them with resources. That is all. And of course, I will end by saying Nigeria business is a double-edged sword. We should also massive opportunity exists and also significant. Now, what are the winners? The winners will be those who plan for resilience, adopt technology, and use strategic partnerships across the value chain. So this is the end. Thank you all.
Everyone, thank you so much, sir. Doctor was 30 minutes. But I come and tell you, I repeat, I got the one he won't buy the presentation one. As this also giving us confidence to enter into the Greek world. Alhamdulillah. 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 Ẹja ṣe ń yàtọ̀ fún bàbá wa. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inna a'tayna al-kawthar fasalli li rabbika wanhar. Inna shani'aka huwal abtar. Ẹ ṣe lọ sir, thank you sir. I'm gonna take questions and answers. But one question sir, don't bother mind me. But not if that's a doctor. She presentation one song for regulations and laws guarding whatever you intend to do. For experience at the local government level, in Timon Association, more association of our gap new members. Very true. Wait for combat and look at the registration fee for government and post strong to we survive. Is there a way the government bẹ̀rẹ̀ our faith-based organization tí wọ́n ṣe cluster by pé àfiṣe Greek kí wọ́n máa we can put it up as a new regulation to whatever that faith-based organization tí wọ́n ní àwọn associations by do not need to be the larger. No, I'm just speaking aloud. So said that the floor is open for a number session. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, number 11, 12, 13, 13, number la fi pe you never bother. Ẹ̀sọ́ area of agri venture into habitation or ẹ̀dẹ́sọ̀ fẹ̀sìnà. Number 1, where number 1? Go back through. Number 1. Please be brief.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Ahon. Formerly I'm a farmer, but I left farming because of land issues, which I want the Lagos State Ministry of Agriculture to try and address. Because of land grabbers, There was a land acquired, and the Omonile store chased us up on that land. We didn't continue the farm. So I now go back. So the business of agro, which is more encouraging than farming. So I want to put in this according to what our prof has given us. In the area of production of ginger, we all know ginger. Ginger grows mainly. We can find ginger here in the western zone of the country. He said it's a question which we can benefit from. So try and encourage us in the area of that. Then the issue of land, Lagos State government provides us land so that we can farm with the land. What are the procedures to take before we can get the land? That's my question, please.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Imam Said Adebayo. I'm into buying and selling of agri products. So my own question will go to the ANSARUDEEN. I want to hear from our PAMSEC that we need to create a group, and we are being hosted here by the ANSARUDEEN, and we are living in this country. We want the ANSARUDEEN to create a group, that very group that PAMSEC is talking about, that we can all join to benefit from the ministry. Thank you.
Also, if you are not a member of ANSARUDEEN,
Three.
If you are not a member of ANSARUDEEN,
my question to the family: a registered company who does not belong to any group, can they benefit from the government without joining any group? The second question, an agri-business that owns a farm in other states, not in Lagos, can they benefit from Lagos State ministry?
Number 4. And your number 2, the next number, I mean number 13, to my number.
Sorry, my question is to all the national president. Hello, land in Japan now. Because I follow the land in Lagos. Like what you said now, can I benefit from what I have to maintain now? Because I have 30 acres of land.
So, my name is Tony.
Sorry, I don't come back very similar questions. You know, just as this.
My name is Tony. So, my question goes to the farm sector. The representative of the Ministry of Agriculture concerning the Lagos as Agri Scholars the competition. We registered for it because I'm a teacher, but we have not gotten any information regarding that. We don't know when to start, and there's no information regarding mail address or phone number that you can contact in that flyer right out. So I want to know the details of when is it coming up and what is the next thing to do.
6.
Assalamu alaikum. Dr. Basham. What's the position of federal government regarding GMOs? Because successful says that GMOs are cancerous and human body. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Alaku.
Sulaiman Williams.
Please.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mike. My question to the EPS. I'm the EPS. I get tractor for my land from the government.
Tractor, chase or free or... Okay.
My question is, according to what the representative to the SA said in the beginning, is that joining groups facilitates so many opportunities, whereby we are interested in joining other groups. Some other groups are being created, whereby they organize program and they could hold the program. Is there a platform whereby you can report the groups or the platforms, where you can sanction them and to enable us to join a better platform? Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Gianni Lefo. I have a few questions. So the permanent secretary, or the reps, give me synergy. I don't know if you understand me, but I don't know where you go. Give me synergy between Ministry of Agriculture and Ministry of Education. Tí ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ lára àwọn young farmers. Wọ́n gbàtà wà ní school, àwọn ọkọ̀ náà ń pè ní farmers club. Ìbẹ́ ìsímọ́, tẹ̀lé yìí school wa, àwọn tó jẹ́ àgbẹ̀ teacher, àwọn máa ń lè yẹn, wọ́n máa gbé bá, wọ́n máa lè kọ́kọ́ láti lọ train àwọn ọmọ yẹn. Bí wọ́n ṣe ń ṣe páàkì àkọlé tó ń kà nínú nìkan, àdèmàrí lọ. Yẹn, wọ́n á kọ́ wá sí class fún àwọn yẹn láti rí ìlànà papọ̀ nínú ìwé àbárí picture ẹ̀ ní orí tẹlifíṣàn bí yẹn lọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Dẹ́ni ANSARUDEEN a kí ANSARUDEEN fún àwọn iṣẹ́ takuntakun tí wọ́n ń ṣe nípa ẹ̀sìn, nípa education àti nípa enlightenment. Bí ní ANSARUDEEN ló ń ṣe láti ní fáàmù tí wọ́n ní pẹ́pẹ́ wọ́n lè máa kó àwọn jọ̀mọ́ lọ sílẹ̀ bí a tó bá dìgbà ọdún àbí kọ̀ọ̀kan. Ní ìjẹta mo wà ní Mushin local government ní bíbá mo ní owó ọ̀fẹ́ láti pàdé the vice chairman of Mushin local government. Ó lè fún wa nínú àwọn iṣẹ́ báyìí wọ́n láti sọ ọ̀nà méjì tó ní owó sí outside Lagos ibi tí wọ́n ti ń sin ẹran nígbà tí wọ́n fẹ́ dá wàhálà ní bí ọdún mẹ́ta nígbà náà ti lọ pé láti lọ subsidize bóyá ANSARUDEEN àwọn náà lè ṣe irú nǹkan báyìí tó máa ní oko tí wọ́n. Kẹrin ìgbà náà ni pé nǹkan tí Dr. Bashola ìmọ̀ ńláńlá ni large scale farming ètò àṣẹ ń pè bag farming sack farming or bag farming. Mo ní ọ̀dọ́ láti wọ NTA ní àná nígbà tó ń sọ nípa breastfeeding wọ́n ṣe yẹ wọ́n á gbọ́n máa wá láti òdo. It was a documentary of 30 minutes lọ́dẹ̀ bá bag farming ètò ẹgbẹ́ a lè ṣe lórí kọ̀ǹkẹ́rẹ́ lẹ́kùnlé wa lábẹ́rẹ́ sùúrù lélẹ̀ kò sí nàìjíríà lè fi kọ́ báyìí sí àmọ́ nípa bag farming fún ènìyàn ó ní báàgì bíi 25 tó gbé iṣu sí ó ní báàgì bíi 30 tó gbin àgbàdo sí ó ní báàgì bíi tó gbin àwọn ọmọ báyìí sínú báàgì tó tẹ̀ gbé owó ẹ̀ sí. So bag farming yàtọ̀ wọn ti máa ṣàlàyé fún wa nípa eléyìí náà nípa communication tí ẹ sọ pé àwọn èèyàn ń tètè gbọ́ ó possible pẹ̀lú kókó wà Nàìjíríà ń sìn iná kò ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe déédéé mo ra dìbòdà àwọn tí mo ra dìbòdà pè mí pé kí n sanwó ó ní mi ì lè sanwó tí bá sanwó ẹ̀ẹ̀mejì àti ẹ̀ẹ̀mẹ̀ta máa ń dáwò láàrin kò sí náà tí wọ́n máa fi olé lálẹ́ pa amúná lọ wọ́n ní wọ́n wá láago mẹ́ta tẹ́lẹ̀ fẹ́ jáde tí o fi mo fẹ́ tọ́ tí o bí ẹ̀ ṣe jẹ́ ní ẹ̀ bá ṣe fẹ́ dáhùn tó wà bá ṣe wá sí àwọn ìjọba yìí àti àwọn mọ́ṣáláṣí àtàwọn ọjà láti kérésì sí Nàìjíríà yẹn pé ó pọ̀ nǹkan tí a fẹ́ ṣe ní ibi ìbàdàn tó wà ní mọ́ṣáláṣí tó wà nígbà yìí àdúgbò ọ̀kan mo kàn jí láàárọ̀ lónà fóònù ní láago márùn-ún dájú mo ṣáàjẹ̀ bí ẹ ṣáàjẹ̀ tó lọ pláfọ̀ ní mẹ́sẹ̀jì ẹ̀ tó wọlé mẹ́sẹ̀jì wọlé láàárọ̀ ó ní gírígírígírígírí bàbá máa fi dẹ́gbà ó ti lọ bí pátá tó tẹ̀ èyí tí rọ̀dà kàṣọ́rọ́ máa sọ pé mo léètì bá rẹ̀ nísìn so ìyẹn ṣe lẹ́nu ẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ àtẹ́kìní ANSARUDEEN ṣe pẹ̀lú local government ní Surulere níbà láti create farmers association lọ́kọ̀ fún wa ní Mushin so àwọn ẹgbẹ́ lẹ́gbẹ́gbẹ́jẹ́ ẹ̀ wọ́n ti kó lọ́jọ́ bíi 10 bíi 12 wọ́n lè ṣe meeting periodical meeting Tuesday of the month wọ́n máa ń ṣe ti Mushin àwọn ìṣẹ́jú tẹ̀ máa ń ṣe wọn ní first month of the month òjú bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ àṣàlà.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. My question is like how does the government help farmers with mitigate or reduce the risk in farming? For example, climate change and the management of
Number 11.
Salaam alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Àlọ́kùnná o, àlọ́lówó lọ́wọ́, àlùbáríkà. Ẹ ṣe àdúpẹ́sà. Ó tó dọ́kẹ́ta láti wà. Àjẹ̀sọ̀ fún ọ̀kára ìtọ́jọ̀ kan wà lọ́wọ́ pé gbogbo wa ní ilé yìí. Ọ̀nà tá a bá fẹ́ ṣe tàbá ti fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀.
Multiple questions.
Ó ní adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo takuntakun tẹ̀sí. So, ó wù wá gbogbo wa la fẹ́ ṣe é. Ṣé bá ṣe máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ ràn wá lọ́wọ́, ẹ̀yin náà lè máa bá wa ṣe é. Àgbẹ̀ tẹ bá dẹ̀ bí bàbá bá lè fún wa nílẹ̀ ìsọ̀. Lọ́wọ́ bá dẹ̀ ní fún wa lẹ̀ jẹ́ ká mọ̀ tó wá mọ̀ nígbà.
Ìjọba tó sọ́kà ẹ máa wò pé mo lọ sí wa. Tàbí mọ̀ àwọn ẹni tó bá ṣe mo ti rọ́wọ́ ní ẹ má wọ ní ẹ ti mú yẹn. Okay. So, kò sí mọ́.
My name is Ahmed. I've been to aquaculture, fish farming business, and I'm also into cashew plantation management. So I have questions, and two of the questions have been asked already. So the last question is number 3. Lagos State just launched a 500 million Lagos program weeks ago. I've had different versions of how it works. I want you to explain to us what it is as a farmer. How do you tap on these opportunities? Because 500 billion will they come. So how do we tap in? Because obviously there's potential. So how do we tap in on these opportunities? That's the question.
The last question, number 13, so sorry, take away. Number 13. Refreshment now really, Adubelo SCE to the president. Eric Boloni, àwọn lọ́wọ́ sáré pè láàárọ̀ ìpè àgbọ̀dọ̀ jókòó ká máa jẹ nǹkan so ẹ bá dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀sìn.
Okay, my name is Atleti. My question on technological design. Technology. So, sir, I would like to ask, what is the plan of the government in using emerging technologies, IoT sensors, drones, and satellite imagery to combat what you mentioned, land grabbers and issues lands? That's number 1. E-commerce, because the world is shifting, yes, e-commerce for farmers, because the world is shifting away from car market, and when you have e-commerce, you reach more audience and like that. So those are my questions.
So, inshallah, we start this way, sir. Some are for APS, while some are for Dr. Bashora and DSC. So I give me a special.
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate all the questions. It shows that a number of us were attentive when we were talking. First, on the land issue, you all will agree with me that if we want to do agriculture, we cannot do it in the metropolis. We have to go outside. I was discussing with the coordinator from the federal government, and he also was asking, where is the land in Lagos? If you want to know that there are land in Lagos, then you enter into a way. You go to Badagry in Ikorodu Interior. We're not going to stop teaching there or roundabout or within the and say you want to do agriculture. And the problem we have with many people is they want to do agriculture in not poultry, not fisheries. They want to do cross culture in a where is the land? The land actually and when they assign some people when they are planning, they abandon the land. The people you know is they go there to change the status of the land, holding real estates. So the problem we have is not that there is more land, but a number of people grab the agric land and turn it into something else. Presently, we are taking stock of agric land and we are trying to do some documentation to actually know the exact because most of the agric land changed into real estate land. So now we are taking record of all our agric land, doing documentation, ensure that we have every documentation on agric land and we bank it. So that if you come now and say you want land, we can tell you that we have social acreage in the Bodu, we have another acreage in the Bodu, and we can allocate land. But the summary case, once we have our population, we go to go. You want to stay in the Kenya and do agric, which is not possible. Agriculture and food system, the economic of the continent, or something. But the problem is in our to something else. And that's where we are right now. We are trying to get all our lives. Some just hold it there. And just hold it there. Even to mean anything. That's agreement signed that you need to move to maybe in the next 3 months, you need to start operation in the next 6 months. People don't obey the contracts they sign. And when you know the land slip into real estate business and they are lost like that. So we are taking our time now in allocating land, agreed land to anybody. So now we are holding on to all the ones we have allocated, retrieving them, those that are not using them, and sure that the documentations are done properly. So we are sorry if the land is lost or to apply, we have not been able to allocate. We are just being careful because one thing is quite shy. Okay, so about, like I said, you cannot have an island when you are into agriculture, and you can be a faith group. Yes, you can be a faith group to yourself, but you have to belong to the enterprise outside your faith. You to benefit. So the enterprise you are joining the group and join. You used to join. You will remove later. By the time you took that group, you understand what you are to do. He said, for what you are doing in the race, there's nothing you do without money. So trying to do a heavy for you to join, you'll pay monthly dues that you are paying, even as a faith-based group. Even in money on a monthly basis or daily for tourism and all that stuff. So don't every. Make sure you find a group and you join and you see the benefits. And for a business that is like the CAC, you are recognized as business. In fact, that's the essence of the innovation club that we formed. All those youths, they have their business registered at the CAC and they are doing perfectly well. But because we want to recognize them, we have to form that group for them to identify the government. What you are doing, you have your CDC, but look for a cooperative to join. It does not affect your business, it will only enhance your business. Don't stand alone, don't be an island. Yes, you can approach us with your CAC, we recognize you, but when benefit comes, benefit goes to groups, not individual. Even as powerful as my guy is, as a there are groups in every corridor there, and it's coming there. So no matter how big you are, you still have to be in a group. As a business, I work with us. Business group. As a business group, you can advocate. Please, don't despise any group. Outside Lagos, for instance, yes, we have Lagos, but I will advise that you have to take us what would I call it? Self point. Whatever they want to look at it is outside it. But let us look for processing, packaging, and we have the Lagos. Like we have this Natudo's farm is far away outside Lagos, but they have a selling point in Lagos. They have this in Agege, and everything they produce outside Lagos, they sell within Lagos. So you can have a production farm outside Lagos, where your selling can be within Lagos, and you'll be recognized. Thank you. So once we are signing on Lagos, you are recognized and we can work with you. Thank you. But with your farm outside Lagos, you can key into our produce for Lagos program. And I will talk more about that later. For the school scholars competition, yes, I think they are in the process of collating the successful schools, and they will get back to you as soon as they collate the rank and the shortlist. So with shortlisting, the successful schools will reach out to. Tractor hiring. Sometimes ago we launched what we call tractor on the go. Tractor on the go is like calling for Uber. There is an app that if you go to the place, things that can look on your phone and go through all the systems. You don't anything. It's like calling for Uber. So to come for your laptop, after you go to the menu, your location and all this. Once you have it on your phone, you fill in all the necessary questions and they will user-friendly. It's like calling for the synergy between education and agriculture. The School for Agriculture thing are doing now, the Lagos Scholars Program. There is nothing we can do with the schools outside the show. Okay? Schools we have reached out to is through the Ministry of Education. And for the benefit we have taken to the school, the Ministry of Education, and all the activities not left out. And we have to, during World Food Day, the school, the schools, they have their own day, whereby they come up with initiatives, have been with agriculture and they present it during work, and we have leaders that always collect from of every year. October 16th of every year is World Food Day celebration, and it's a week-long program. Before the students had their own competition through the Ministry of Education. The farmers, had some from the government telling us what we have done that is okay, the one we have not done well, and how to forge forward. And of course, on the work, which is 16th of October every year, all the farmers in the government in their locality through their local governments, and that is the collaboration with local governments. Every farmer you see on the World Food Day celebration, they come through their local governments, and you see them winning one prize or the other. So there is collaboration with local government, and there is collaboration with the Ministry of Education. And like somebody was advising, I will say also that ANSARUDEEN Group should actually have land outside the doors if they want to do big time agriculture. Commercial agriculture, you can get your land outside the door. Even as a ministry, at a time, they went outside the door to acquire land or in Abuja as a ministry. So it's advisable if you want to grow crop production, you can get land outside Lagos. It's advisable. Talking about climate change affecting our production, I'll say that's a global thing, and I've been told about technology. All we need to do is to farm smart, precision farming, for us to combat a lot of the effect of climate change. We need to farm smart. When Dr. Bashiru was saying that he can monitor his farm on his phone, it's part of farming smartly. We don't lose so many things to human as well as to climate change. Also on the smart farming, it's part of what we are preaching for, smart farming. Smart farming is under urban farming. If you don't have the land that you want to tilt, but you have where you get people soil into and whatever you want to plant. It's part of smart farming and urban farming. So we can get more information about that. For e-commerce, I want to use the local language that e-commerce, Oyapa. If you don't know about this, I'm sorry. Dr. Bashiru taught us online, and you can always buy all your agri-produce online. I don't want to advocate for any company, but they are part of the Innovation Club members that want some plants last year. A number of our youth are into e-commerce. A number of housewives, they make their orders online. Most women, especially the working class, they have to go to the market. No matter the amount of pepper or oil or whatever, it's online. So e-commerce is not new in Lagos and in Nigeria. So tap into it. Of the 500 billion produce for Lagos that was launched. Yes, the farmers will tap into it by making more product, but that fund is basically for the aggregators that move produce into Lagos. We have produce in Lagos. Produce for Lagos is for people that are outside Lagos that wants to produce for Lagos. And we are trying to lay the foundation. This is being private driven. We are only going to be overseeing it as a government, but it's basically a private business, an SUV, the special purpose vehicle that will drive that initiative. But for now, it's been launched. When they come into place, they will give us all the modalities of taking the benefit of the fund. But it's basically immediately launched, just to be supervised by God. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Very quickly, I think about just a couple of questions. I think I'd like to talk about GMO. Those are genetically modified organisms. We don't always simply not whether plants or animals. We have genes, we have cells that make up the body. So these genes and cells, they have attributes. They have good things, they have bad things. You know, things that are susceptible to disease, things that are able to overcome a disease, things that can make them yield more, things that can make them yield less, or all due to other environmental circumstances. So what scientists do is that they will screen that organism for those genes that are in it. They will now modify that gene and put it in an organism that doesn't have that attribute. So for example, maize, let's say GMO maize, for example, will have maybe drought resistance. So when there is low rain, it will still perform. That has high yield. If the organic 3 tons per hectare, the GMO maize will do 10 tons per hectare. So in a situation where you are looking for more food, those beat this game. So the situation is that they have their own downsides. The major downside of GMOs is that they cannot multiply. They are sterile. If you buy a 10 kilogram of GMO seed, you will plant that 10 kilogram of GMO seed, make your fantastic harvest. Next year, when you will go and buy another one. That is the major downside. So some conspiracy theorists are now saying, because it spoils business for some people. For example, farm, if I plant my local maize now, I make 100 tons. I will take 2 tons and keep for next year's farming. I won't need to go and buy anything. But that maize is not weather resistant. It doesn't yield more. Even some sweetness. There are some attributes that do not compare to GMO. GMO has fantastic attributes, but that major attribute that you have to go back. So there is this conspiracy theory for the people behind. I don't want to mention names of companies, but a very common condition. in Brazil, they are in the US, they produce a lot of these seeds. So what do? They go all out and polarize. They do it, they support farmers, give them everything, so that farmers can adopt these seeds. But these farmers will become dependent on them for future seeds. So the fear is that, oh, if I start buying from you now, you become a monopoly. So you will control my economy. That is the fear. Now, because of that, propaganda started. People say GMO causes cancer, GMO causes stunted growth, GMO causes all that. GMO has been in existence for over 50 years. Over 50 years. Developed countries all over the world they use GMOs, and nothing. The people born 50 years ago, they are the rulers of the world today. They consume GMOs. Me and you, the milk that we are drinking, pig milk, pig gram, all those things. Some of the cows are genetically modified. The only thing that they add to the pig milk that is done in Kenya is water. The rest is important. The only thing they add in Nigeria is water, which they don't bring from abroad. So don't let us kill ourselves. There was a time when Nigeria was, the world power in oil power and oil. Malaysia came, took some of our cities, took their country, modified and did a lot of programs for all farmers. We tried the same thing in we opened about 100 hectares of land, partition into 4 hectares, started allocating to people, produce, government will buy from them. But what? The landowners know what's in. That's the end of it. But that is what Malaysia did successfully. Within 10 years, Malaysia became the world's largest producer of oil palm. They began to now compete against, oil palm is just like crude oil. You can get so many refined products from it. Even from oil palm, you can get vegetable oil and a number of other things. So they began a competition for the American vegetable oil. The Americans started by propaganda about the bad activities of Malaysian oil, and so this is international geopolitics. It's politics, pure and simple. There is no proving data, scientific data that says this man is stunted because of GMO, or this man has cancer because of GMO. It's all propaganda. Some people want to preserve their own interest, to bring bad things about the other. Remember when they started discussing vaccination, they said they wanted to control the world population because it is marketing or doing bad market for some other vaccine groups. So to start propaganda. So there is nothing wrong with GMO. But what I propose, what I advocate, let government enforce regulation that if this is a new substance, label it appropriately. Let it be written like this, GMO, so that me and you can decide if I want to buy it or I want to buy it. But don't give me by do you understand? That is the issue of GMO. Then I think I like to talk about backyard farming. You see, I used one word that time, and that's what you are calling agribusiness. We are business, we are not workers. If you want to put, like my uncle, 2-3 goats and you got them back from home, or you put 2 bags of yam in your backyard. These are things to supplement your income. These are not businesses. So I didn't touch on those. They are possible. Even in downtown Ikoyi, we have people who have pepper on their windowsills here. You can do it. They call it urban farming, urban agriculture. I mentioned the innovation by our youth who can do tomato within urban area using hydroponics, water, soilless, no soil, just water, and they put chemicals and you grow it and fight like seeds. You think it's plumber that is working there. It is the that is growing. Do you understand? But the downside is there's a limit to which you can do it. You want to be an entrepreneur, you want
serious money. All right. Then also, I like that talked about technology and drones and all that. There are actions by the NCC, like that of Communications Commission. If you want to add a drone, but because I'm part of the aircraft, I can fly it around my farm. But if I have to be within a certain distance from the airport, I have to register it, just like registering your car. There are those who operate with drone commercially now. They are leading people in Lagos. I have one of my interns who work with me. He's now working partner with the farm in UK. You can PSF, you can order, book them, they will fly your farm, do your assessment for you, take your data, and tell you, okay, you have to 5 acres tomato. This is the state of the health. This is the proper food. This side is yellow, so put more nitrogen fertilizer there. This side is red, put more phosphorus. This is what we call precision farming. Okay, this place is sloping, so it's tendency that there is more water here and here. So when you are doing irrigation, where you are doing 5 liters there, you do 10 liters. This is what we call, technology in agriculture. Also, advanced warning systems. Advanced warning systems. They will tell you, they will predict. Now, my phone, I get alert when it's to rain. Not just when it's going to rain anywhere, I'm not concerned that. But when it's going to rain, it will do a So I will tell them to pump your water to a level that make hours for the right water level. So I don't experience what I experienced in 2013. When the water is overflowing, fill it up, then it's rain, all the fishes running. This is what we call advanced warning system. These are what information technology does to us. Then you go to e-commerce. E-commerce, again, is regulated. Ministry of Commerce and Industry to register. A lot of us do a lot of things that will be against the law. You just come today, register and start doing business. You have to register. I have the web, I have my Twitter handle, I have Instagram handle. It's registered. I pay regulated fees. Do you understand? So you have to do things properly, and you can apply because there's also what you call Consumer Protection Act. So you don't go and advertise what you cannot do. You will say, oh, I'm producing this water, you drink it, you sleep. What is the proof that water will lead to sleeping down? So if you advertise, it must be things that you can prove scientifically. So that's consumer protection. So this is, if anybody that is involved in e-commerce, we should watch out for. So that you advocate things that are true and then you deliver promises. Just while we were sitting down here, somebody shared with me a link about this produce for Lagos. Immediately I forwarded it to the office because already Nigeria, you see some people, they say, okay, go here to come and collect land. You pay 1 million naira. You sit down in your proposal and you'll be earning money from the place that is. A lot of them are foreigners. They are very lost. So these are things that you don't do. If people want to know every million, everybody wants to come and register, pay 5,000 naira. And it has been private told here. It is for people who can syndicate, you come to Lagos State government and sign agreement to document that yes, I have social land or social factory anywhere in Nigeria that I can do this amount of produce. They can sign up with agreement. That update agreement you can take it to back. So that once it is ready, you will update it. In the quality and the time you set. Those are one of the things we talk about an entrepreneur. You must be truthful, you must be reliable. If you say you want to do something, your word must be your word. You don't go and promise something and you don't do it. Right? So I think those are the things that we concern with that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Very good. Well, thank you. I'll just give the mic to the essay. Who will respond to comments on the inclusion of the Mama Wabiri grading machine, Granders Association, Bauchly, what we need. I think that's the only one that's now.
Sir?
Good question. I think it's not only for the Ghana's Association. The Special Assistant to the President of Agriculture, Honorable Abiodun, has a program called Bring Money. So the Bring Money, I think we had the opportunity to meet the Vice Chancellor of FUNAB, Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta. So, and I think we are trying to get like 2,000 hectares from Federal of Agri in Abeokuta. So, from the 2,000 hectares, if Association of ANSARUDEEN, they can propose and write to get from that 2,000 hectares. Even perhaps, ANSARUDEEN can also write to the VC request for some plots from the hectares. I don't know how many hectares ANSARUDEEN will need. That is a secured environment. If ANSARUDEEN can write the book or write directly to the VC, we are going to help in that direction. So this is environment for anybody that wants to do agri. Even if it is livestock, from the entrance that will be given through us or through the university directly, you can do your livestock there, you can cultivate there. Because the federal governments can give you land. Because all land is vested into the hand of the state government. And there's no way federal government can tell any governor that you must give them land because they want to farm on it. But the only thing federal government can do is to give you farming implements. You know, that is what Papa brought here. Actually, just brought it. So to support you farmers. But any vendors, maybe Teba apply. Níbi tí mo sọ fún ní FUNAB rẹ̀ pé ẹ̀yin náà fẹ́ ẹ̀bẹ̀ ṣiṣẹ́ oko. A máa ràn yín lọ́wọ́ láti gba yín gbà. So lọ́wọ́ pé ẹ ṣe lórí ẹ̀, ìbímọ pé wọ́n máa fún yín. And for ANSARUDEEN Youth Association that wants to go into farming, it is there for you to grab. Please key in and grab it. Key in and grab it. Because give you this clue. Every season we buy rams at a traders amount. If we can start wearing it now, by next layer, you know the numbers of rams people buy in the area season. So I think if it is only ram that you want to wear, if you can get land, it will be good. Anyway, this is volume. Maybe they can come in clusters. Let them form write to us, and we facilitate how to get the land for them so that they can do that. And in our next program, I think the next one that we are to do here, we are going to empower some of the youth that want to go into farming, and some of the youth, in the next coming one. That will be when, by the grace of Almighty Allah. So we see them. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Well,
thank you very much, Justin, about this FUNAB. Just I'm a member of the FUNAB of settlers. FUNAB, that's what I they dedicated 2,000 hectares. 2,000 hectares. I have 2 there. And I paid 1,250,000. I have my one there. The whole network is there. Roads, everything. We went there, the condition is there. People are already back. I've not started using money. never been through it. So if you know any graduate of FUNAB, automatically you just get your from 10,000 naira. When this is the rock, I will link to the coordinator. You can just start. If not, I don't know, you can, yes, the coordinators can get the VC. I have his number and everything. You can go there and have this plan, and they are ready to facilitate. So it's a quick win, something you can start today and get. So it's there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Because the concept we have spoken about this, rebel and also next I think we have a lot of in the next training tí a bá máa ṣe tá a máa share. The last question tó wà ní fún àṣà ní pé sílẹ̀ yẹn ti wà tẹ́lẹ̀ àbí. And the majority of people on that platform are not members of ANSARUDEEN. The majority of our men, they are non-members of ANSARUDEEN Society of Nigeria. So until by me, we are from here, the color, one and also the group here. On this note, because Salat Mawale presentation of you, but top presentation, I pay Babara FM Smith. You want to see remark?
Thank you very much. The representative of Special Assistant to the President on the Agriculture, the guest speaker, permanent secretary, my brother and sister in Islam, well, let me first of all, that's the question one program together. The government of Ashman and the share the economic department of today, international is agriculture, especially in Nigeria. But today, because of the supply, we are enjoying other facilities. But they must be shared. So today, we went to program together. But taking time out of the attraction to the year to enlighten us on agriculture. Let's talk about agriculture. The government is the government of agriculture. Who are there? That's what they call financial education. Farming is not financial education. Farming, they are about to generate funds, well planned. And thank you all for coming to the meeting. Thank you, Allah bless you.
White, mẹ́fà ọkùnrin, mẹ́fà obìnrin tọ́tọ́ta. Kò sẹ́ni tó ti pépà lọ. Ó yá mẹ́fà ọkùnrin, just six. Mẹ́fà obìnrin, just six. Ó yá. Abàbẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ọ̀dọ̀ bàbá wa, ó yá ẹja lọ́sọ̀tún bàbá wa APMC ẹnìkan, èèyàn mẹ́ta ló máa ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ẹyọ kan rice kan, ẹyin kan. So bàbá ẹ bá pẹ̀sẹ̀ntẹ̀ fún èèyàn mẹ́ta. APMC first, ẹnìkan. Ó yẹ ẹgbẹ́ tó di àwọn ọlọ́pàá tó fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀. Pẹ̀lẹ́ ẹyin kan. Next person, Thank you for coming. èrè láti bá dé pàdé nìyẹn. Àwọn atáàkì péjèèjì yìí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi kọ́ ní pé àwọn ẹgbẹ́ sí ìlànà ìfọ́ òkè ẹgbẹ̀rẹ̀ sáyẹn pé pàdé. Ààrẹ aláta pẹ̀lú. Okay, yeah, I want to get a lot of something fair. So I will invite Engineer Kola Leslie to come and give the comments quickly as a favor in the national hero.
On behalf of our Southeast West of the Trinity branch, I want to express our heartfelt gratitude to the office team on agriculture for these wonderful and unique opportunities. This is not the first time, and I want to believe that this kind of event is coming up quarterly. Secondly, we want to appreciate the representative of the office panel secretary collaboration from you. Then the passion after who I found what part of the important to this event, the state of Fire.
Thank you. Inshallah, we'll round up to the now so that our company by law came up with behind calling a gift. Subhanahu wa ta'ala, Rabbi Izzati Alayas. What's up? I have trouble out facilitators as well. No,